Hi, I'm Jessie, and as you probably have guessed, we're doing a foam roller class today. It'll be a short class today, focused mostly on that upper body. So again, we are using a full-length foam roller, and mine is pretty firm, so there are different levels of firmness you can get. I will remind you, as I often do before I teach foam rolling classes, if you've never done foam rolling before, it might be a rather intense experience, so don't worry. Take breaks as you need, come off the roller if you wish, and know that the more times you do this, the easier it will become. So we're actually going to start on top of the roller. Now do keep in mind the roller does move, so hold it steady, and you're going to sit your rear toward one end of the roller, especially if you're quite tall. Come to the very end and lower yourself down. Make sure your head is supported, and if you need a little balance help, take your feet a little bit wider. We're going to start to take our arms out to the side, and we're just going to let the scapula wrap around the roller. Start with just a few nice deep breaths in. Inhale in through the nose, and then exhale out through either mouth or nose. And as we start to find our breath, we start to feel this nice expansion and opening of the chest, of the shoulders. And again, we're feeling the shoulder blades just gently compress and wrap around the roller. Let's add a little bit of movement. Take an inhale to stay, and then exhale, kind of give yourself a hug, and then open around. Now maybe your elbows tap down to the sides as you feel your shoulder blades pull around the roller. Now some of these muscles above and around the shoulder blades get very tight. So you might feel some kind of bumpiness as you let the muscles of your upper back release. Don't be alarmed, breathing through it. You might also notice that one elbow hits the floor with ease while the other one does not. Remember, our flexibility is joint specific, and it's important just to let ourselves be where we are today. Again, if you're feeling like you're going to roll off the roller, take your feet wide, give yourself that stability you need. Let's do one more time. Hug yourself in and then expand. And remember, you can stay here as long as you want. Great way to open the chest after doing a lot of computer work or anything where we're sitting, driving, of that sort. Let's take our arms up, and now we're going to reach up and see how my shoulder blades pull apart. And then again, we're going to wrap around, reach up, and wrap. So now again, getting into those muscles right in that mid-back, keeping the chin gently tipped. So similar to what we were doing, but now getting a little deeper into it. You're gonna reach your fingers up to the ceiling and then pull down. Inhale, reach, and exhale, pull down and around. And this is where we tend to feel some tension. So again, take breaks when you need. Sit up and come off the roller if you want. Good. Now from here, keep your arms straight. We're going into arm scissors. This is a wonderful stretch for the front of the shoulder. Only go as far as you can keep your neck long. So if you start to feel your shoulder creeping too high up towards the ears, just make your movement a little bit smaller. Exhale as the arms separate, and then inhale as they're crossing each other. Very nice. Let's do just 4. Thumb reaches behind you, maybe all the way down to the floor, maybe not quite that far. Good. Let's do 2 more each side. Exhale to separate. Inhale and exhale one more time. And then we finish this sequence with a few arm circles. So you're going to reach up and wrap around, up and around. So you're going to inhale to start the circle, and exhale, sweep around. Again, keep your chin gently tipped like we're holding that orange, not like we're crushing it. Think about the length of your neck as you inhale, and exhale, sweep your arms around. So we're feeling these muscles of the rhomboids. Some of the lats start to release here as well. Last 2, upper and middle traps releasing. And one more time. Very nice. Good. Let's carefully come off our roller and go ahead, roll ourselves up to all fours. Let's take a quick cat and cow. Kind of release those muscles and release any tension we might be holding on to. Let's do that twice more. Exhale, reach, and open. One more time. Exhale, curl and release. Now I'm going to turn to this side for some of these. I think they'll be a little easier to see. So we're going to do a little bit more rolling into the upper back. So I'm going to take the roller right to the bottom of my scapula this time. So I have my knees bent, and we're going to spread the fingers wide. Cushion through the head. Take an inhale and expand all the way over, and then exhale, lift. Take an inhale, feel that chest reaching, and then exhale, curl up. As you inhale, open. As you exhale, curl. Inhale to lift, and again, this is a wonderful place to open the chest. If you're someone who drives a lot, works on computers, does a lot in an office. Good. Now, from here, we're going to hold at the top. Notice I'm cushioning the head, not grabbing it. We're going to lift our hips. Keep the head cushion. We're just going to roll up and back. So maybe you're going to just the top of the shoulders and then right to the bottom of the rib cage. Now, sometimes the roller can have a hard time getting into those small little spaces. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here. You can stay with this if this feels like you're where you want to stay. Otherwise, tap your elbows together. Make a point with your elbows as you're rolling up and back. That does help expose the borders of the scapula so you can get right in there. And if you want to try some different things, keep your elbows pulled together. And let's go in a little figure 8 pattern. Keeping your hips up, supporting your back. And of course, you can always come back right here. Let's do a couple more pass-throughs wherever you are with your elbows wide or your elbows pulled together. And then we'll come down. Let's take a spine stretch forward. So round yourself forward. Maybe shake yourself out side to side. No need to grab the feet, and we'll roll ourselves up. Now we're going to take this roller right beside us. So we're going to take the roller right about the bottom of the rib cage. Knees are bent, and we're just going to stretch over. So we're stretching into that serratus, a little bit of lats. Now, holding here might be absolutely enough. If it is, you can just stay right here and breathe into the sides, the back of the ribs. Otherwise, you can cushion your head and open out. Now you might need to scoot up or back a little bit to really find that very bottom of the rib cage where you're right on that muscle. You don't want to roll too high into that armpit. Good. Remember, the serratus muscles kind of wrap around, and those lat muscles are big mid-back muscles. We carry quite a bit of tension into these areas. So again, you're opening on the inhale, you're exhaling, closing in. And of course, you can always come back to this. You do not have to move. Let's do that one more time. And then come over to the other side. Let's try that out on the other side. So again, take your roller, and it's right about at the bottom of your rib cage. Stretch over. Now remember, rolling, like a lot of things, is a practice, so you will find as you start to loosen some of these muscles that maybe you'll need to change exactly where you place the roller. And there is no one size fits all as you're starting to open. Again, expand your chest. A lot of people I do this with have a lot of tension in this area, so please, if you're feeling like you need a break, take that break and come back to this. So the more times you do the rolling work, the more your body is going to get accustomed to feeling this level of pressure, and the more your muscles and your connective tissue will start to relax. Inhale to expand, exhale to close. One more time. Beautiful, good. Let's keep that roller right behind you, and you're going to come all the way down. So as you come all the way down, that roller's right in the crook of the neck. I need to move that, and as I take the roller right to the crook of the neck, we're just turning our head one way, and then the other way. Maybe looking away, and then looking back the other side. So we have 2 places we're going to work here. This is always one that feels really good if you have a lot of neck tension. So this is one you can do while watching TV. It works pretty well. Now, for the next one, I'm going to suggest take your hands to the outsides of the roller. So pushing like I have my hand here, and then match that with your other hand. And you're gonna take the roller up just a little higher, kind of at the base of the skull. And the same thing. There's more of a chance that that roller is gonna roll out from under you here. So I always advise holding on. Now here, you're feeling that base of the skull. Maybe if we carry a lot of tension in our jaw, this is a nice release here too. Let's do a few more times. Again, just looking one way and looking the other. And one more time in either direction. And then come back to center. Hug your knees in. Rock yourself up and come into seated. As you come into seated, take a couple of moments just to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Hopefully feel a little less tension in your upper back, in those neck muscles. And just take 2 nice deep breaths in here. Inhale, pull in fresh air, fresh intention. And exhale, let it go. One more deep breath. And let it go. Great work today. Thanks so much for joining me for our upper body roller work, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Take care.